This is SaaS Therapy.
Hello, this is Kensie Smith with SaaS Therapy, helping you improve your most important relationships with your customers. Today is one of our SaaS Therapy shorts. So we just take 5 minutes or less to walk through what we learned in a deeper dive podcast with Donna Weber. If you don't know Donna Weber, she's one of the top strategists in helping you with customer onboarding. And not just customer onboarding from the sense of, okay, how do we help someone implement, but how do we get that time to value? How do we make sure that what we're presenting, that first experience, maps to the entire customer journey? Now, one of my favorite people who ever talked about this, and they're not even in the SaaS business, is Brian Chesky, the founder of Airbnb. And when they founded Airbnb, they walked through an amazing exercise, and one I recommend to the people that I consult with, is on a scale from 1 to 10, meaning 1 being the minimum effort and 10 being the most incredible experience in the world. He walked through with his staff and said, okay, if we were to give a level 1 experience, so I'm renting an Airbnb, what would a level 1 experience be? It might be that, I show up at the house, I'm able to get into that Airbnb that I'm going to be staying at with no problem. That would be a level 1. And then they went through, okay, what would a level 2 be? What would a level 5 be? What would a level 7 be? What would a level 10 be, right? And as they walked through it, it was like, okay, a level 10 is I have a welcome notice before I arrive. It's an automatic key, so I just have a code that I get in. I don't have to ask anyone when I get in. There's maybe some waters or some drinks, maybe some fruit or something unique to that area that I'm living in, a list with my favorite or with the best restaurants by category. Maybe if I'm located towards a beach, there's some bikes that I could take out, right? Like, what would that dream experience be? And they didn't let themselves limit anything. They just went through the levels. And when they got to level 10, they then asked themselves, how would we then scale this? How would we then make this predictable so everyone has this type of experience? Because I think too often we get into the analysis paralysis, or we always try to sound smart and say, well, the problem with this or the challenge with this. Don't get there yet. Just allow for that customer experience to take place. Now, one of the hidden gems that Donna talked about, which I thought was fantastic, is why does a SaaS vendor have to incur all the costs with implementation and onboarding? And I know you're sitting there saying, well, of course, you should pass that cost on. Do you know, and this is a stat that Donna gives, that less than 30% of SaaS vendors charge an implementation fee? So that means 70% of you, 7 out of 10 people, 7 out of 10 organizations are not charging for implementation. They're incurring that entire cost. Well, if we want to give a level 10 experience, is there a cost that we should be passing on? And if the customer is actually paying for something, do they then expect themselves to hit a deadline? Do they expect you to hit that deadline? Is that time to value shortened down? Is that experience set forth that the next thing that you then recommend to them is going to work because you set up the right experience at the beginning? It was an amazing interview. I encourage you to go listen to the Donna Weber podcast with us, Todd Kirk, and myself with SaaS Therapy, because I can guarantee you, if you implement some of the strategies that you will listen into that podcast, you will definitely improve that relationship with your customer. Thank you, everyone, and have a great Friday.
SaaS Therapy is brought to you by Brainstorm, the SaaS platform for SaaS adoption. Learn more at brainstorminc.com.